Hey guys, it's Rachel again. Um, so I get a lot of messages, especially after my previous video about bullying, about how to deal with hate. And I get a lot of messages saying, asking me, how do you do it? How do you deal with it? You get so much of it, you don't deserve half the shit you get. I mean, why does this not bother you? I realize my methods aren't for everybody, but, I'm going to tell you a story, and I hope it helps you. I'm almost 20 years old. I'm 19, and I've been picked on my entire life. My father was the worst. Okay, specifically, there was one time when I was about 13 years old. I went into the kitchen to get some breakfast, and I just made toast because I wasn't allowed to eat at my dad's house. Like, I mean, I could eat, but I would get shit for it. So I had to get up in the middle of the night and sneak to go eat. And that's how I developed my earliest eating disorder at about 8 years old, I think. I was a sneak eater. But I digress. He caught me eating toast, and he grabbed me by my hair, and he slung me into the bathroom against the tub. And he locked me in there, and he said I couldn't come out till I puked. That is bulimia nervosa. As it turns out, I don't have a gag reflex, so I was locked in there for about 3 hours until I thought, well, mayonnaise really grosses me out, so let me think about that. So I thought about mayonnaise for a couple of minutes until I made myself puke, and then he opened the door and proceeded to make fun of me. And that weighed very heavily on my young conscience, on my young heart. And, I didn't think there was anything wrong with that until I got older. There's a lot wrong with that story. There's a lot wrong with it. My dad is a very fucked up person. And, having to go see him every other weekend was, caused a lot of problems for me. And the reason that it bothered me was because I listened to him. He was my dad. Even though I hated him, I still listened to him. And I've just recently come to realize that my dad is really no different from a hater at all. He's a bully. And if you're dealing with someone like that, and there's people like that, people at school might not sling you by your hair and throw you in the bathroom. But if you have someone in your life that is making fun of you because you're weight, and when I say that, I mean people pick on skinny girls too. Those poor girls, they get called anorexic and shit. And, you can't win in this world with that. So, since there's always going to be people that are going to make fun of you because of the way you look, you have to just not listen to it, ever. Ever. Hate means nothing. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, because I'm in school to become a clinical psychiatrist, and I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what my professors tell us in class to help our patients. And that is, the only reason that people bully is because they're insecure about something about themselves. So if you're a bully, you don't need to be bullying other people. You don't need to be telling people what's wrong with them. You need to concentrate on you. Because it doesn't matter if that person has a big nose, or a big belly, or a little belly, or a small nose, or small lips, or, messed up teeth. What the fuck ever. It doesn't matter. And it's really none of your business. Because the thing is, all you're doing is you're just trying to get that attention off of you. And it's really transparent, and it's really, really sad. There's nothing wrong with the person that you're bullying. There's something wrong with you. And that's how I deal with hate, is I just remember that. And I really hope that helps you. And I know that sometimes when you get a lot of it at once, like I've gotten before, it feels overwhelming and difficult to deal with. But just remember that half of them are too pussy to tell you who they are. Because, if you have an opinion, fucking own up to it. You know, if you're gonna come to my blog and call me fat, just fucking own up to it. What am I really gonna do about that? Am I gonna find you and come to your house and slit your throat? No. No. Nobody fucking does that. Okay? Nobody fucking does that. So, you know, if you're gonna send hate, at least send it as yourself. But you shouldn't send it at all, because it's sick. And it's indicative of a bigger problem inside you. And if you're getting hate, honey, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for you. But the only thing I can tell you is to literally just not fucking listen to it. Laugh at it. That is probably the best thing you can do. Think of what I do when I get hate. Like today, somebody told me my tits are fake. Okay. Well, that's not going to make your tits any bigger. Because, obviously, every 19-year-old college student has money for fake tits after, you know, they buy books and supplies and all that junk, right? So, you know, it's obvious that, you know, they were sitting there staring down at their boobies and going, I feel so bad about myself. Let me try to make her feel bad. And let me try to get people to think that her boobs are fake, because that'll make me feel better and it'll help me sleep at night. Joke's on her. So, if you get hate, laugh at it. If you can think of a funny response, you know, like if you're on Tumblr and you can think of a funny response, sometimes that's therapeutic. It is for me anyway. And I would just urge you to stay strong. If you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here and I care. There are suicide hotlines that are there, and, well, I don't know if they care as much as they should, but there is always someone who cares. There's 7 billion people on this earth. There is at least one person who cares, and I can guarantee you there are a lot more. I'm 1 out of 7 billion, and I care. My name's Rachel, and I care about what happens to you.